All right, let's dive into how to absolutely nail that project engineering internship interview. You've got the skills, you've got the drive, but how do you stand out? That's what we're here to figure out.
We're going to unpack some seriously valuable insights from this resource on project engineering internships. And trust me, it's not just about textbook answers. We're talking about how to showcase your problem-solving skills, navigate tricky situations, basically make the interviewer go, wow, we need this person on our team.
I love that energy. So this guide kicks off with the foundational skills, the technical backbone of any good project engineer. It stresses the importance of being comfortable with industry standard software, and it even gives a sample answer highlighting AutoCAD, SolidWorks, and MATLAB. But I'm curious, are those really the be-all and end-all? Or are there any lesser-known tools that could give someone an edge?
Those are definitely the heavy hitters, the ones you absolutely need to have in your resume.
Mm,
But you're right, showing you've explored beyond the basics can really impress. Think about tools for project management like Jira, or even programming languages like Python for automation. These demonstrate a proactive approach to expanding your skill set, which any interviewer will love.
okay, so you've got the tech skills down. But the guide emphasizes that's only part of the equation. Enter behavioral questions, the ones designed to see how you'd handle real-world scenarios. I remember those being a bit nerve-wracking during my internship hunt.
They can be, but the guide's suggestion to use the STAR method is gold. It's not just about telling a story. It's about structuring your response to highlight the situation, task, action, and result. This way, you're not just rambling. You're giving the interviewer a clear picture of how you approached a challenge and what you achieved.
So, they give this example about juggling multiple tasks and tight deadlines, something any intern can relate to. The answer focuses on prioritizing, using tools like Trello or Excel to stay organized. Pretty standard stuff, but then they suggest breaking down projects into manageable steps, which I think is brilliant. It shows a proactive approach to complexity, right?
Absolutely. It's about demonstrating you can think strategically, not just react to chaos. They also talk about how crucial communication is when deadlines are looming. Regularly updating your supervisor and team members shows you're not just trying to handle everything solo. You're a collaborator.
Which brings us to another biggie: teamwork. They highlight an example where the interviewee spotted a scheduling conflict and proactively proposed a solution. It's all about taking initiative and, I imagine, being diplomatic when suggesting changes, right?
Diplomacy is key, especially as an intern. The guide suggests framing it as, here's what I'm seeing, and here's a potential solution, or rather than, this schedule is messed up. It shows you're solution-oriented and respectful.
Oh, and they dive into the dreaded situation of a team member not pulling their weight. This happened to me once, and it was super awkward. The guide says to try understanding their challenges first before jumping to conclusions.
Right, because it might not be laziness. It could be a lack of understanding, or maybe they're overwhelmed. The guide suggests having an open conversation, maybe even offering to help. And if that doesn't work, then looping in your supervisor shows you've tried to resolve it internally first.
Okay, so let's say you're in the interview and they hit you with the "tell me about a time you received constructive criticism" question. Oof, I still get a little tense thinking about those.
That's a tough one, but it's really about showing you're open to feedback and growth. The example they provide talks about getting feedback from a professor that led to a better design. It shows you're not afraid to learn from your mistakes and that you value continuous improvement.
I think one thing that really stood out to me in this section on behavioral questions is the emphasis on communication. It's not just about the technical stuff, it's about how you interact with people, handle conflict. Basically, be a good teammate.
It's absolutely essential, especially in a project environment where you're constantly collaborating with others.
All right, let's shift gears a bit and talk about industry knowledge. The guide says you should be reading engineering publications, attending webinars, basically staying plugged into what's happening in the field. It makes sense, but I'm wondering, how specific do you need to get?
You don't need to rattle off obscure journal articles, but showing you're actively engaged goes a long way. Mentioning a particular project you found fascinating or a trend that excites you demonstrates genuine passion.
So name-dropping engineering news record isn't enough. You actually have to read it.
Ideally, yes. Think about it.
Yeah.
If you were interviewing someone, wouldn't you be more impressed if they could talk intelligently about current industry trends, rather than just listing publications they've heard of?
Touche. They also touch on the importance of safety protocols, PPE, OSHA guidelines, the kind of stuff that might not be glamorous, but is absolutely essential on a project site. It seems like mentioning that shows you're not just thinking about design, you're thinking about real-world implementation.
Exactly. And it demonstrates a sense of responsibility and awareness.
Hmm.
You're not just there to build cool stuff. You understand the importance of doing it safely and ethically.
Okay, we've covered a lot. The importance of technical skills, that STAR method for behavioral questions, and how crucial it is to stay updated on industry trends. But there's one more piece of the interview puzzle.
Ah, yes. The art of asking insightful questions at the end of the interview. It's your chance to shift from responding to leading the conversation, showing you're not just passively absorbing information, but actively engaged.
This guide offers some solid starting points. It suggests asking about the specific projects interns would be involved in, and the key skills or attributes that successful interns typically demonstrate. But those feel a little generic to me. How do you really make your questions stand out?
Think about it like this. You've spent the whole interview highlighting your skills and experiences, right? Now it's your turn to figure out if this internship aligns with your goals and interests. Don't be afraid to get specific and show you've done your research.
So instead of just asking about, like, typical projects, I could mention a specific project I saw on their website and ask how interns contribute to that kind of work.
Exactly. It shows you're genuinely curious and have taken the time to understand their work. Or, let's say you read an article about the company's innovative approach to sustainability. You could ask how that philosophy is integrated into their projects, especially those involving interns.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this can be more than just going through the motions. What about questions related to the company culture? I mean, you're not just looking for an internship, you're looking for a place where you can learn and grow, right?
Absolutely. Asking about the work environment, team dynamics, or even mentorship opportunities can give you valuable insights into whether this is the right fit for you. And it shows the interviewer you're thinking long-term, not just about the immediate tasks of the internship.
That makes total sense. It's like you're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you.
Exactly. You're trying to figure out if this is a place where you can thrive, where your skills and interests will be valued. And remember, you're a project engineering intern, so don't shy away from questions about the technical side of things.
Right, like asking about the specific software or technologies they use on projects, or how they approach challenges like budget constraints or changing client needs.
Now you're talking. Those kinds of questions demonstrate your technical curiosity and your understanding of the realities of project work. It also shows you're not just looking for a cushy internship where you'll be handed easy tasks. You're ready to roll up your sleeves and dive into real-world problems.
This is all great stuff. But I have to admit, sometimes I get so focused on answering the interviewer's questions that I completely blank when it's my turn to ask something. Any tips for avoiding that deer in the headlights moment?
Preparation is key, just like with the rest of the interview. Before you walk in, jot down a few questions that genuinely interest you based on your research. Think about what you want to learn about the company, the team, the work itself. Having those notes will help you stay focused and confident when the time comes.
So don't just rely on those generic examples from the guide.
Exactly. Those can be a starting point, but personalize them. Make them your own. Show the interviewer that you've put in the effort to understand their company and that you're genuinely excited about the opportunity.
And let's be honest, a well-prepared question can be a total game changer. It can leave a lasting impression, showing you're not just another candidate. You're someone who's truly engaged and ready to contribute.
That's the key takeaway here. Asking thoughtful questions isn't just about checking a box at the end of the interview. It's about demonstrating your initiative, your curiosity, and your commitment to finding the right fit.
I'm feeling way more confident about this whole question asking thing now. I used to think it was just a formality, but it sounds like it can really set you apart.
It absolutely can. Think of it as the final opportunity to showcase your personality, your passion for engineering, and why you'd be a valuable asset to their team.
Okay, so we've talked about showcasing your technical skills, navigating behavioral questions, staying up to date on industry trends, and even mastering the art of asking insightful questions. It feels like we've covered everything you need to know to ace that project engineering internship interview.
We've definitely hit the major points, but there's always more to learn, more to explore, and that brings us to a crucial aspect of any internship and really any career path: continuous learning and growth.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Think about it. You've landed the internship, you're excited, you're ready to dive in. But what happens when you encounter a challenge you've never faced before? A technical problem that stumps you, or a team dynamic that throws you off balance?
Okay, now I'm getting a little nervous again. But I know you're going to tell me there's a way to handle these situations.
There is, and it comes back to that mindset of continuous learning. The best interns, the ones who truly stand out, are the ones who are constantly seeking new knowledge, asking questions, and embracing challenges as opportunities to grow.
So it's not about pretending to know everything. It's about being willing to learn and adapt. I like that.
Exactly. And this guide actually touches on this indirectly. Remember that section on dealing with constructive criticism? That same open-minded approach applies throughout the internship.
So it's about viewing feedback, even if it's tough to hear, as a chance to improve, to refine your skills, and to become a better engineer.
That's the heart of it. And it's something that will serve you well far beyond the internship. This mindset of continuous learning is essential for any successful career in engineering, or really any field.
This is giving me a whole new perspective on the internship experience. It's not just about ticking boxes on a resume, it's about embracing the learning process, the challenges, and the growth that comes with it.
And let's be honest, it's also about having fun. Internships are a chance to explore your interests, apply your knowledge in a real-world setting, and connect with people who share your passion for engineering.
Okay, I'm officially pumped up for this internship interview now. I'm going to walk in there, showcase my skills, ask insightful questions, and show them that I'm not just looking for a job, I'm looking for an opportunity to learn and grow.
That's the spirit. And remember, even if you don't land this particular internship, the skills and insights you've gained through this preparation will serve you well in any interview, any career path you choose.
That's a really encouraging thought. It's like, even if this one doesn't work out, it's all part of the journey, right?
Exactly. And who knows, maybe the perfect internship for you is just around the corner.
All right, I'm feeling inspired and ready to tackle whatever comes next. Thanks for all the amazing insights. I know our listeners are going to walk away from this deep dive feeling informed, empowered, and ready to rock those interviews.
It's been a pleasure diving into this topic with you.
Mhm.
I always enjoy exploring the intersection of technical skills, soft skills, and that all-important mindset of continuous learning.
Okay, folks, that wraps up part 2 of our deep dive, but don't go anywhere just yet. We've got one more part coming up where we'll unpack some final thoughts and leave you with some powerful takeaways to help you ace that project engineering internship interview. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into crushing that project engineering internship interview.
We've covered so much ground already, from the nitty-gritty of technical skills to the subtle art of asking insightful questions.
Yeah, but before we send you off to conquer those interviews, let's take a step back and crystallize those key takeaways, the nuggets of wisdom that'll really make you shine.
One of the most important things we've emphasized is that it's not just about technical prowess. It's about showcasing that potent blend of hard skills and soft skills.
Right, you've got to know your AutoCAD from your SolidWorks, sure, but you also need to demonstrate that you can collaborate effectively, communicate clearly, and navigate those inevitable real-world challenges that pop up on any project.
It's like building a bridge. You need the solid foundation of technical knowledge, but you also need the finesse and artistry to connect everything together seamlessly.
And remember that STAR method we talked about. Situation, task, action, result. It's your secret weapon for structuring those behavioral interview answers in a way that truly captivates the interviewer.
Think of it as storytelling with a purpose. You're not just reciting facts, you're painting a vivid picture, showing them how you've tackled challenges, worked in teams, and ultimately achieved impactful results.
Yeah, instead of just saying, I'm a problem solver, walk them through a specific situation where you identified a problem, analyzed it, and implemented a solution. Show, don't tell.
It's those concrete examples, those real-world stories that make your answers memorable and convince the interviewer that you're not just all talk, you've actually walked the walk.
And let's not forget about the importance of staying up to date on industry trends. Read those engineering publications, attend those webinars, and be prepared to discuss those advancements with genuine enthusiasm.
This is where your passion for engineering really shines through. Go beyond the textbook answers and show them that you're actively engaged in the world of engineering, constantly learning and seeking new knowledge.
Imagine the interviewer asks you about a recent trend in sustainable building practices. Wouldn't it be impressive if you could not only discuss it, but also connect it to a specific project you found inspiring, or even an idea you have for improving sustainability in your own work?
That's the kind of response that makes you stand out. That shows you're not just regurgitating information, you're actively thinking, connecting the dots, and applying those insights to real-world scenarios.
Okay, here's a final thought-provoking question for you to ponder. As you embark on your internship journey,
Think about a project you're particularly proud of. Maybe it was a challenging design you tackled in a class, a personal project that pushed your boundaries, or even a team effort that required you to tap into all those technical and interpersonal skills we've been discussing.
Yeah, how does that project showcase the qualities we've talked about today? Those technical skills, problem-solving abilities, teamwork, and communication. And how can you effectively convey that in your interview?
Reflecting on your past experiences and identifying those key transferable skills is crucial for crafting compelling interview answers that truly resonate with the interviewer.
Right, it's like you're telling a story, but you're also showcasing the underlying themes, the skills and qualities that make you the ideal candidate for that project engineering internship.
Remember, every project, every challenge you've overcome is a story waiting to be told. And it's those stories, those authentic expressions of your passion and capabilities, that will help you connect with the interviewer, showcase your unique strengths, and ultimately land that dream internship.
So go out there armed with the knowledge and insights you've gained from this deep dive and absolutely crush those interviews.
We're cheering you on every step of the way.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into how to ace that project engineering internship interview. We hope you found this insightful, and we wish you all the best in your internship search. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.